I filmed those first ones on my phone, but I realized it's a little windy out here. I got a better microphone on this camera. So 15 shots so far, 5 with the 300 blackout. That was 208 grain Hornady AMAX. It was just something that I had in some magazines loaded up. I was actually pretty surprised that those cycled as well as they did, because in the past they haven't. But the second 5 shots were Winchester 55 grain out of my competition rifle, and again with the Sandman-S. The last 5 shots were with 75 grain Hornady boat tail hollow point 5.56. I didn't wear hearing protection any of those rounds because the sound is mitigated enough that makes it comfortable. It's not quiet, it's not silent, it's suppressed. It's a sound suppressor, and it's probably around 130 decibels, so it's manageable. It's not like the loud non-suppressed version. But after 15 shots, this is definitely getting warm to the touch where it's getting uncomfortable, and probably another 5 shots or so and you might not be able to get a firm grip on this because it'll be too hot. That's why a lot of people wear silencer, or they put silencer covers on here so that they can grip it. But this is going to be a review of the Sandman-S. So I'm going to take a couple more shots with a 6.5 Creedmoor. It just shows its versatility, and then we'll take it back to the house and we'll talk about it in a full review. We are back at the house, out of the wind. Let's talk about this Sandman-S. So this is the Sandman-S. As you can see, it is used. I don't beat my stuff up, but I definitely use it. There's the front cap, there is the body, and there is the mount. This the Sandman series comes in 3 different lengths: the K, the S, and the L. The S is the middle one, the L is the long, the K is the short. I was initially going to go with the K, but a friend of mine said that he had the K and it didn't really offer a ton of sound mitigation, so I went with the middle one. I didn't need the long one for what I want to do with it. Primarily this is for a 300 blackout for home defense, to protect mine and my family's hearing. It won't create that loud of a sound when fired indoors. Honestly, I haven't fired it indoors because there's no reason to. I can only speak to what the sound is when it goes into the atmosphere in an outdoor range. I hope to God I never have to use this in my house, but if I do, it's a good option for sound mitigation. This is my first suppressor. I wanted to go with something that was pretty versatile, and I really got that with this one. I'm able to shoot it across 300 blackout, 223 and 5.56, and then 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor. Full disclosure, I have not actually fired 308 through here. I've been practicing with my 6.5 Creedmoor for the Mammoth Sniper Challenge, and I just haven't shot my 308 in a couple of months, but that is something that's going to change. I'm going to get back into that here shortly. So I've only shot the 4 calibers through this, 6.5 Creedmoor being out of the AR-10 platform. But before we get into my full review, let's just go over some of the specs. This Sandman-S is rated up to 300 Remington Ultra Mag and 4,200 foot-pounds of energy. The bore diameter is 30 cal. It has 6 baffles that are made of cobalt. If you saw a 300 blackout wall test I did have some fragments in there. It was sort of like a baffle strike, but I actually have not taken this apart to clean it. And although I only have, I don't know exactly how many rounds through this I have through this, but it's probably less than 500. It is needing to be cleaned. I had a little bit of a carbon lock one of the last times that I shot it, so it definitely needs to be cleaned sooner rather than later. Probably going to take it to the shop and do ultrasonic cleaning. But back on the specs, it is available in black or FDE. The length is 6.8 inches and the diameter is 1.5 inches, and that is probably one of the two main reasons that I bought this. One was its versatility, and then two was its slimmer profile, so that I can recess it into a handguard. The Aero Precision enhanced handguards have an internal diameter of like 1.78 or whatever, so this fits no problem. And then this Spikes Tactical 300 Blackout that I have, this is the bar rail, the badass rail, and that has a larger internal diameter as well, where this is able to sit recessed. It weighs 17.7 ounces, so definitely not the lightest one on the market, but it is a not the heaviest either. And then the price overall, it is, I paid I think $800 for it plus the tax stamp. So very, very versatile. As I mentioned, I've shot numerous calibers through here, and a couple accessories that you can buy for it mainly deal with the caps. You can get a flash suppressor for your suppressor, and you can get one for the 223-556 diameter, bore diameter, and I posed that question and people really said it wasn't necessary. So I've shot all of my rounds through the stock cap that it came with. I really didn't see the need to purchase an additional cap once somebody told me that it really wasn't necessary. Like I said, I need to clean it, so it is rather dirty, pretty dirty indeed. But one of the reasons why I bought it was its versatility. So I can take it on my 300 Blackout, you line it up, you put it on, and as you can see, it's recessed probably that far, and now it's good to go on my 300 Blackout. But let's say I'm not shooting 300 Blackout that day, I want to shoot suppressed in competition. So I can take it off of there and put it on my competition rifle, and now it's ready to go on my competition rifle. And if I am shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor at the range and I want to use it on that, I just take it off and I put it on that one. There are a couple of different muzzle options. You have your flash hider, your 3-prong flash hider, and then you have your muzzle brake, which you really can't see super well. That's probably the best that it's going to get, but just basically your standard muzzle brake, and this is the one that actually comes in the box with it. Overall, I'm very pleased with this. There really aren't any deficiencies. There aren't any cons, other than maybe they should have included the cap to take the top off. I don't know. That's really the only con, because I can't clean it. I have to buy a cap remover to get the baffles out. Other than that, there's really no cons. This is a great suppressor. I'm happy with my purchase. I have another one coming. It's not the it's a 22 cal for rimfire, so I'll be interested to see how long that process takes. Like I said, this one took me just shy of 7 months, so I'm hoping that the next one is even shorter period of time. But happy with the purchase. Yes, there are cheaper options out there, but this one, that's what I wanted. I like the style, I like the look, and it's been a fantastic suppressor so far. Lastly in the video, let's talk about some performance. The 300 Blackout, which is the main reason why I bought this for home defense, it performs admirably. I really didn't anticipate any issues whatsoever. It's quiet enough that I would feel comfortable. God forbid I had to use this in my house, that I wouldn't blow out my hearing. It's just not loud. It's loud enough that you can hear it. It's not like Hollywood silent, because that is just totally absurd. You're still going to hear it being fired, but it is mitigated enough that it is it's not uncomfortable in the slightest. If you've ever shot 223 or 556 without hearing protection by accident, you know how loud it is. You know that it can be painful and very uncomfortable once you do so. Adding this suppressor on, it is comfortable. You don't get that loud crack that really overcomes your eardrums and gets uncomfortable. It's noticeable. It's definitely louder than the 300 Blackout, but it's not uncomfortable. I have not shot 308, I mentioned that, with the suppressor. but I have shot 6.5 Creedmoor, and I have not shot 6.5 Creedmoor suppressed without hearing protection. I've always had hearing protection in, and it is very comfortable. It does not overcome the hearing protection. I did a review on the Axel X cores that I use in competition and just around the range, and unsuppressed 6.5 Creedmoor will overcome, or is just to the point where it overcomes the hearing protection, and you can feel it just a tad being a little bit more powerful than the hearing protection. But with the suppressor on, it is just like the 223 5.56. It does not overcome the hearing protection, and it maintains the comfort of being able to shoot without being uncomfortable. It's a mouthful. So overall, like I said earlier in the video, I'm very happy with my purchase. It's a fantastic suppressor. It's very versatile, however you want to pronounce that, tomato, but very happy with my purchase. It's a great suppressor. It's a great suppressor for your first time. It won't break the bank. You can use it across multiple calibers, multiple firearms, as long as you buy the muzzle brakes, the muzzle adapters. And yeah, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next video.